Welcome to Pashua's Moment with Pastor Charles Kiyaga.
Yes, praise the Lord, brethren. We want to thank God once again who has given us an opportunity to be able to communicate. And as always, I'm your servant, Pastor Charles. I'm seated on this great site, Zion Pashua's Prayer Mountain. A mountain left out for no other purpose but this purpose of seeking God. And we were talking about the power of an intercessor. Okay? And we picked it from Genesis chapter 19, when Abraham was interceding for Sodom. God intended to destroy them. And Abraham began to intercede because he had a nephew in that city. And he was trying to plead with God to save the city for the sake of the righteous. But he was trying to narrow down the numbers until he reached a bare minimum, but he could not find those 10 righteous people. So God's judgment had to be passed. But because Abraham interceded, Abraham importuned before God over the city for the sake of Lot, God remembered Lot. Okay? We ended Genesis 18, verses 33. So the Lord went his way. As soon as he had finished speaking with Abraham, and Abraham returned to his place. Okay? So after Abraham intercedes with God, and when he stopped interceding, God backed off and Abraham went to his place. But God had already had Abraham interceding. And the reason he was interceding was because of his nephew. So God remembered Lot. So we see chapter 19. Now the two angels came to Sodom in the evening, and Lot was sitting in the gate of Sodom. You know, prayer is very powerful. When you pray, prayer will put you in a place where God or where your miracle will be able to find you. So, Lot was in the gate of the city when these angels came. And when he saw them, he rose to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face towards the ground. This is the first record in the scriptures where Lot is interfacing with angels. Remember, Abraham had a visitation by angels, and Abraham was able to tell because he was always a man who was seeking after God. So there is no record elsewhere before in the Bible that Lot met the angels and he knew that these are angels. But because of the intercession that Abraham did on his behalf, when he saw these men coming, it dawned on him that these are not mere men, these are angels. And he immediately rose out of the gate and he went to meet them. And the moment he met them, he bowed down. He bowed down, meaning that the instinct had told him, because of the prayer that his uncle had done, instinct had dawned on him that, these are not mere men. I tell you, it's very important to intercede for others. I'm sure if Abraham had not interceded, probably the same angels would have come and Lot would have not picked an idea what these men were about. He could have ignored them and continued with his business. Like many of us, I'm sure we have lost opportunities. God has passed by us, or God has come to our rescue, but we are not able to recognize that God has come. But because of the intercession of Abraham, Lot was able, by intuition, I don't know whether it was by intuition or by instinct or by the grace of God, anyhow, he was able to sense that, these are not mere men. And he went and he bowed down. I'm sure it was because of the intercession of Abraham. Can you please intercede for your family? Can you intercede for your relatives? Can you intercede for your community? Can you intercede for the people that are connected to you, who would face adversity just because of the evils and the rampant disobedience that always goes in the lives of people? Because it is so natural for human beings to sin than to do right. This is why even Job was always worried about his children. Whenever they went to a party, he would give a sacrifice and say they could have sinned. So it is very natural to sin than to do right. Can we stand in for the relatives? Can we stand in for our acquaintances, our friends, our community, our church? Can we stand in and cry to God? That prayer does not go in vain. Though God did not save the entire city, but Lot and his children were saved because of the intercession of Abraham. I continue to enroll you into the ranks of intercessors. It is the highest calling of all callings. God bless you.
Eyo yebadde Pursuers Moment ng'ekutusiddwako essomero lya Pursuers Junior School erisangibwa mu Butambala ku kkubo lya Mpigi Gombe. Kati wulira enkizo eriwo singa otwala omwana wo ku Pursuers Junior School. Interviews za bwereere. Essomero liyimiridde ku musingi ogutya Katonda ate ng'omwana agonjulwa bakugu. Tutumbula ebitone eby'enjawulo mu mwana. Tulina amazzi amayonjo ku ssomero ate ng'omwana wasomera ne weyeebaka abanga mukungu. Endya y'abayizi nnungi byansusso anti emmere tugirimira nga ne faamu y'ente weeri ku ssomero. Tulina emmotoka ezitambuza abaana. Pursuers Junior School e Butambala tusomesa abaana okuva mu baby class okutuuka ku kibiina ekyomusanvu mu Dene boarding. Okumanya ebisingawo 0772 41 98 4 ne 0702 36 41 64. Pursuers Junior School Butambala, in pursuit of knowledge.